Welcome back, everybody. Matt, the man here. Hope you're doing well. So, if you clicked on this video, you saw the title. Is the movie Pearl Harbor really that bad? And I say that, I haven't seen that movie in a while. In fact, I was watching it the other day because Disney Plus has this exclusive thing with Hulu. I don't have Hulu, but I have Disney Plus. And I guess now they're doing this new thing. They started this at the end of last year. Well, each month they'll put up exclusive content that's on Hulu on the Disney Plus streaming for the month. And each month they switch it out, and they had Pearl Harbor on there. I was like, I haven't seen that movie in a while. I used to own it on DVD. And even back then, two discs. Part 1 was on one disc, and Part 2 was on another disc. After the bombing of Pearl Harbor, that's when the first disc would end, and then the second disc would start. But you had to take out one disc and put in the other disc. Or if you had it on VHS, you had to take out the VHS, hope to God that the Part 2 VHS was rewound, or you had to sit there and rewind the whole movie and wait and wait and wait. Struggles. So I was like, I want to sit down, I want to watch a movie. I don't want to watch a long movie tonight. But of course, what does this dumbass do? Hey, let's put on that 3-hour movie. Why not? So I was sitting there watching Pearl Harbor. Ben Affleck, Josh Hartnett. Josh Hartnett was at that time the pretty boy. He was in a couple romantic comedies. He was in Halloween H2O, playing Jamie Lee Curtis's son, Laurie Strode's son. He was the pretty boy. He was like the Heath Ledger at that time. Pretty, good looking, every girl wants him. There you go. Otherwise, they never did a movie together. That was a waste. Missed opportunity. Anyway. And then at some point, Josh Hartnett's career just disappeared. But now he's had a resurgence. He was in Oppenheimer. He had that M. Night Shyamalan movie, Trap, last year. He's about to have another movie out in another month this summer. He is really coming back. The Hartnett Assault has started. Anyway, and you had Kate Beckinsale in the movie. This was before Underworld. I think this was like right after Serendipity, or in the same year as Serendipity. So she was brand new. I remember watching Pearl Harbor going, who is that? Oh, that's Kate Beckinsale. It's like that moment like when we see Megan Fox in the first Transformers. Who is that? Oh, that's Megan Fox. Okay. Michael Bay. You know how to pick your actresses. Good job. This is directed by Michael Bay. Which Ben Affleck already worked with Michael Bay on Armageddon. So they already had a relationship. Otherwise, they haven't done another movie together. What's going on? Anyway, I completely forgot that Cuba Gooding Jr. is in the movie. I'm watching the movie going, oh yeah, that's Cuba. Cuba Gooding Jr. Show me the money. He wasn't showing the money for that movie. He's the cook. And so I'm watching this movie and I go, hey, the cinematography is great. All the aerial fight, plane sequences look amazing. That's very, Michael Bay is very, very, very serious about that stuff. Military, the Navy, flying. The music, I love the score. The score for the movie works. And you know what? Ben Affleck does a great job in the movie. I still find it funny. I'm watching that movie, and there's one shot of Ben Affleck in the foreground. Kate Beckinsale, right? Like, Ben Affleck here, Kate Beckinsale's here, and then right over here is Jennifer Garner. I think some people forget that Jennifer Gardner was in Pearl Harbor also. So I'm watching this movie going, dude, in 2 years, you're going to be banging her. Not Kate Beckinsale, Jennifer Gardner. It's so funny to watch that now. And Josh Hartnett, like I said, Josh Hartnett, pretty boy. Kate Beckinsale, fine. Looks great, as always. The Battle of Pearl Harbor, amazing. I mean, that was just like, whoa. I remember seeing the movie in 2001, in May 2001, Memorial Day weekend. We were still in school. Back then, people, we didn't get out till June. I remember. It was 5th grade. My last one more week of school left before we graduated. Me, Foster, a couple other people. And I remember going to see Pearl Harbor. I even remember the next day, that Monday, my teacher asked him, did anyone see Pearl Harbor over the weekend? Of course you did. And of course, the biggest thing this movie gets, everybody hates, is the romance. Because, oh my God, they did it in Titanic. They had a disaster, and a real disaster, and they had a romance, and it was ooh and ah, Leo, Kate Winslet. You see what Michael Bay did here? Has anyone figured that out yet? Let me tell you something. I'm on to you, Michael. I'm on to you. We have a disaster, we need a romance. I still find it funny, this is written by Randall Wallace. Randall Wallace, who wrote Gladiator and Braveheart. Think about that. Gladiator, the year before, and 6 years before, Braveheart. And he gave us Pearl Harbor. I don't know. Anyway. Now I know what you were doing. You have a disaster, we need a romance. So we need a pretty boy, like Leonardo DiCaprio. Well, we're not going to put Leonardo DiCaprio in Pearl Harbor and have a disaster and a romance. No, that's no good. And then he ends up dying too at the end. Because Josh Hartnett died at the end. Could you imagine that? Yeah, we got Leonardo DiCaprio in this movie, and the son of a bitch, there's a disaster, and that fucker dies again. No, we're gonna get Josh. Okay, we can't get Leo. Who is the new pretty boy in Hollywood? Josh Hartnett. Him. Okay, we need an actress. We need a very pretty, not many people know her, actress. Hot, beautiful. Who we got? Can we get Kate Winslet? Kate Winslet's not going to do it. Okay. Is there anybody else named Kate in Hollywood? Kate, calling Kate Beckinsale. Hey, we got a Kate. We got a pretty boy, we got a Kate. Okay, we're good. Anyone figure that out? But we need somebody else. Well, I went with Ben Affleck on Armageddon. Come on, boy, Reef. Well, yeah, getting back to the actual romance. That is the biggest problem with this movie. That's the thing that keeps this movie over 3 hours. I don't mind the romance at the beginning with Ben Affleck and Kate Beckinsale. That's good. That works. Benji the Bat can get any girl he wants. But then we get to Josh Hartnett. First of all, the whole way that was put together. Oh, now she's going to get with the friend when they've been childhood friends all these years. Ben Affleck is dead. So I'm going to start hitting up. Now I'm going to get together with his best friend. Ooh. And then Ben Affleck comes back. Oh man. Here's my thing. You had a foundation. The foundation should have been two friends grow up as kids and consider themselves brothers. That sounds familiar. And now they get into the military, they're fighter pilots, and then, Pearl Harbor happens, they're fighting in the war, and at the end of the movie, they go to Japan, sneak attack, I don't know, and Josh Hartnett still dies. You can leave all that in there. And Ben Affleck is still with Kate Beckinsale. There's no romance with Josh Hartnett and Kate Beckinsale. No. And guess what? You can still have the ending like you have in the fucking movie. Kate Beckinsale is pregnant with Ben Affleck's baby, not Josh Hartnett's baby. And then you can still name the baby Danny, Danny Boy, for Josh Hartnett's character. And guess what? The movie is more about these two friends growing up, becoming fighter pilots, having a bond and being brothers. And guess what? One of those brothers ends up dying. That should have been the crux of the movie. Not, let's make it a romance with this two-timing hoe that fucks one and then fucks the other. Who thought that was a good idea? I'm not saying that doesn't happen in real life. I mean, we all have brothers that do stupid things. I know mine did. But, wow. That is still the one thing that people get hung up on. Also, all the Chinese scenes, Japan, where we keep cutting back to them, making their plans to blow up Pearl Harbor. You don't need so many of those scenes. They have way too many of those scenes in the movie. Like, this movie should have been a 2.5 hour movie. Cut out about a half hour of the movie, the romance that didn't need to be, and 20 shots, scenes of Japan planning their Pearl Harbor bombing. We don't need it. And even the whole Cuba Gooding Jr. plot, that could have been cut out. It was so minimal that I'm like, did they really mean this in the movie? There's like nothing here. Even though that, I love the acting of most of the people. Jon Voight as the President Roosevelt, awesome job. The music, as in the Battle of Pearl Harbor, the bombing of Pearl Harbor, excellent. And yeah, the music, great. So what do you think of the movie Pearl Harbor? Do you think it's a bad movie? Or do you just can't wrap your head around the whole romance angle? I'm with Ben Affleck, but I'm with Josh Hartnett. But it's only been about 3. That's the other thing. It's only, between the guy that Ben Affleck's character supposedly died, and then when Kate Beckinsale and Josh Hartnett hooked up, it's only been 3 months. 3 months. Dude, I've taken a lot longer to get over a girl than 3 months. 3 months. That's like a quarter at SCAD. A quarter at SCAD is 3 months, practically. So, Ben Affleck died at the beginning of the quarter, and by the end of the quarter, Kate Beckinsale is banging Josh Hartnett. At least maybe a year later, 2 years later, 3 years later, okay, he's officially dead. But no. And then might have been the worst part. By the end of the movie, Ben Affleck is back with Kate Beckinsale. I mean, this is like Ben Affleck's life in a nutshell. I went Jennifer Lopez. Then I went Jennifer Garner. Then I'm back with Jennifer Lopez. I'm with Kate Beckinsale. I'm not with Kate Beckinsale. I'm back with Kate Beckinsale. True story. Yeah, the writing. Randall Wallace. Wallace. You wrote William Wallace. Braveheart. You wrote Gladiator. And then we got this. This. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think of Pearl Harbor? Is it a catastrophe? Do you like it? Do you not like it? What do you think of the romance? Let me know in the comments below. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment.